In this video, I'm going to share with you why most funnel builders stay broke and how you can overcome the first stage, which is going from $0 a month all the way to the first consistent 10K per month. All right. So this journey looks like something that should be fast. It should be easy because there's people making millions of dollars with it. But as a matter of fact, it's a very, very hard journey. So I want to share with you some tips on most importantly on mindset of what actually has allowed me and dozens of other students to go from zero as a funnel builder to 10K a month consistently with this skill. And if you don't know me or if you don't trust me yet, there's a very simple page you can go to where you can check a full-on masterclass where I talk about all the details and how all these people were able to surpass the 10K a month. And so that you can start collecting the bits of pieces that you feel like are missing in your journey. Now, the very first thing I want to say is that, first of all, this is not easy. It is not easy. It's a simple process, but it's not easy. It requires something that is effort, consistency, and it requires discipline. Okay? If you are someone that you are not disciplined, you are not willing to do the effort to work every single day to become better, you don't have the mindset that it takes to be an entrepreneur. I'm not saying to be a funnel builder. I'm saying to be an entrepreneur, because being an entrepreneur is stressful. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of uncertainty periods, and you need to slowly but surely you need to build set of skill sets that allow you to move forward. Okay. So this is the first thing. I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm saying this so that you are not lied to, because so many people, especially these days with AI, they simply lie to you. They say, it's simple. I've built this page in 5 minutes. Like, I'm going to share a lot more content around what really happens behind it and how a lot of marketing gurus are saying that they've built 5 apps in 5 minutes. They are basically straight up, building and milking the hype so that they can sell their courses and stuff like that. You cannot build an app in 5 minutes, at least one that works. And there's a lot of different things if you are looking to to do a very good job that you want to have in mind. But that's a topic for another video, another post. I'm going to be sharing a lot more around that. So if you like AI, and if you like vibe coding, and if you like design, and if you like funnel building, follow my channel, because I'm going to be posting a lot more around that. Okay, so how to go from 0 to 10K. The very first thing we want to do is you want to understand there's various stages of that process. It's not something that, it's not something that occurs with time or with effort or, if I just do this. No, it's something that has a lot of different stages, and you need to understand those so that you know what's happening, and you have control over what you need to do next. So the very first stage is the initial stage. Let's call it stage A. And here is where you are just getting started. You are learning. Your goal is to make sure that you learn the concepts, okay, and that you practice the builder, okay? So this is what you want to do. You practice the concepts, you practice the builder. You are not focused on finding clients. You're not focused on building a portfolio. You are just focused on learning the theory about funnels, what those are, the various different types of funnels, which, by the way, if you want to learn extensively about it, I do have the funnel house that has a lot of information about it. You can join it. And you don't want to become the greatest in the world. You just want to understand what those are, what are the steps, what you need to do, just so you can start your process. Okay. The outcome, the goal, like the revenue goal here is pretty much 0 a month. Just 0. This is just practice. You should not be making a lot of money here. You should be practicing a lot. So a lot of your time here is going to be practicing. Okay, you need to practice. Now, the cool thing about this is that you don't need to stay here for months and months on end. I've had students that they told me, I've been practicing for the past 8 months and I still don't feel ready to go to the marketplace. Like, that's terrible. You don't want to do this. The most that you want to do is you want to practice like a month or so. In 3 to 6 weeks, you should be good. In learning, implementing stuff, it should be good enough to do that. So you don't have to spend more than 3 weeks, 6 weeks to go through that route. Then we have the stage B. Now, the stage B is where you already have a little bit of skills. You are not great at copy, you are not great at automations, you are not great at design, but you can build simple stuff. So what you want to do is now you want to start building a portfolio. Okay, this portfolio comes from a mixer of things that you design here that you're proud of, but also comes from clients that you get for free. So your goal here is to get free clients because you are lowering the barrier as much as possible so that you can get a yes, get an opportunity to work with people, and get the ability of screw it up. You can screw up if you deliver something that they absolutely hate and it doesn't work. Then, well, they just lost time. They didn't lose money. Okay, so unless if you tell them like this is a free for a free funnel build for a testimonial, I'm practicing, and I don't guarantee any results, then you are setting the right expectations. And if you absolutely screw it up, then that's totally fine, and you can allow yourself to move forward without too much problems in your self-conscious. Okay, so your main goal is to get some free clients. Your goal is to get some testimonials. So you start collecting testimonials here. And your testimonials are not case studies. The testimonials are about simply how it was to work with you. Did you like the results? Were you fast? Were you communicative and all that stuff? Okay. So your goal right here, right, is not to make a lot of money. This is where you start making, $0 to $1,000 maximum. Okay. This is where you are validating your process of getting your first clients, working with them, onboarding, understanding how people think, understanding how to ask for details, understanding how to deliver. This is a process that takes a little while. If you are doing this alone, you're probably going to take, realistically, 2 to 4 months. Now, I know 2 to 4 months, it's already 5 months, right? Or it's already almost 6 months. It's too much time. I should already be making a lot of money. Well, if you're doing this alone, this is the realistic time span. Okay, so if you think like you're going to be doing this in 2 weeks, that's an unrealistic expectation. I'm not saying that you're not going to be able to do that, but that's an unrealistic expectations. And when you stack so many unrealistic expectations, what happens is what I see everywhere. I see funnel builders that are frustrated. Funnel builders that are they have no clarity at all. Funnel builders that they have months where they make money, months where they make zero money. Like, it's a living hell. Okay, so in this specific case, stage B is where you have a couple weeks of experience and you are trying to get some free clients, get some clients for $100 maybe, depending on how fast you can go. So within those 2 to 4 months, you should be able to make around something between $0 to $1,000. Now the stage C is where now you want to start charging around $500 for what you're doing. Now you want to go for quantity, and you don't really want to focus too much on niche. You just want to, any funnel that you want to build that people need, you just want to make sure that you try to close as many as possible. So here you start charging around $500 a funnel. You don't need to charge too much more than that, because you still lack the capability of getting people the right results and the strategy. So here you are someone that needs to find opportunities to always be busy building new funnels where you are paying $500. I've been in this place for I would say 6 months. I would say I've been here for 4 to 6 months, something around that. It was too long ago. I don't recall exactly how long I've been here, but I've been here for a while. And I was charging $500. It was fairly comfortable for me. I was charging around $200 to $500. It was very comfortable to me. And I was able to make around $3,000 a month here. Okay, so I was building a lot of funnels, and I was able to make around $3,000 consistently through this process. Okay, now here's where and right now you can say, Pedro, sure, I've been doing that. I'm here. That's all fine. This process is fine. So as far as difficulty goes, this process can feel like on a scale from 1 to 10, it can feel a 5 out of 10 difficulty. So it's not too difficult, right? Most people can get there. Now, as far as $3,000 a month, some people can't get there. Some people stay in between $1,000 to $2,000 a month. But it's something that most people will be able to get. The problem becomes, when you go from here onwards. Okay, so let's go for D. Now, D is where now you need to make a decision. You either stay within the $3,000 a month, right? You stay there, you're satisfied, or you want to scale this to $10,000 a month. So this is where you want to go to 10,000. So the main thing that you want to do is you want to find your main skill set. Like as far, it's not just funnel building. It's like, where do I shine? Do I shine in copy, in design, in the entire flow? Do I shine in digital courses, application funnels, do I shine in SLO funnels, whatever it is, right? Where do you feel like you belong? What kind of niche? What kind of funnels? So now you pick a niche and the type of funnels that you want to go, okay? And by the way, this year, you should spend around, probably most people, I would spend around 8 to 12 months here. Most people are going to be there. Like this process takes around 8 to 12 months. So these are the first 6 weeks. These are the first 2 to 4 months. These are the first 8 to 12 months, okay? Now here, right, is where you start selecting. But most importantly, you need to have one offer, one target audience, and you need to be very good at selling, at communication. If you don't know how to communicate, if you don't know how to market and sell, you are going to fail. So communication is market and sell. If you don't know how to communicate, you're going to fail. So this is why most people fail, because communication is hard. It's hard for various different reasons. The first reason is because everybody is different, right? We are all humans. We are all similar, but everybody's different. They think about different stuff. They have different priorities. They have different concerns. They have different past experiences. So communication is about asking the right questions and understanding what other people are looking for, and then having a very high success rate in understanding that, so that you can communicate the right way what they need, okay? Because if you don't do that, it's going to be very hard for you to charge $2,500 plus, because you need to charge 2.5 plus to be able to get to 10K consistently. This requires you to have 4 clients a month, okay? Which, by the way, anything that is, consistent and fulfill, like something between 3 to 5 clients a month, it's sustainable. Anything above that, you need help. You need to outsource it, okay? Now, these are the skill sets, the niche, the funnels, and you need to be very, very good at communication, marketing, and sales. And this is where things get complicated, and most people get stuck here. Sometimes they can sell one funnel for 2.5, sometimes they can sell 2, but they cannot make it consistent. They cannot make it predictable. They are still doing funnels for all types of niches, for all types of people, for all types of funnels, and it gets messy. So this is where things get complicated. And what do most people do? At least I did that. I have seen a lot of people do. So these are mistakes that people do. These are mistakes that most people do from this onwards, okay? So the very first mistake that people do is they feel like they don't have time for leads, for example, because they hate leads. So they hire VAs or agencies to do lead generation for them. This is a first mistake. You should not do that. You should be in control over the lead generation. Okay, you should be able to be in control over the lead generation in this stage, because otherwise your business is going to be super unpredictable. I had a student that was making a good amount of money. He was making around $7,000 a month. He had someone doing the lead generation for him and closing for him, and all good, right? And then that person left, and he went all the way down to zero. Okay, so that's something that you don't want to rely on. So VAs, agencies, don't do that. This is a very, very big mistake. The second mistake is thinking that you need a very complex funnel system, okay? You don't need a very complex funnel system. Just because you're a funnel builder doesn't mean that you need a low ticket, a mid ticket, a high ticket. Don't do that. Most funnel builders that do that, they end up just spending a lot of money on ads and they're making zero in return. Don't fall for that trap, because that trap is for scalability, is not for validation. If you are making $10,000 a month, it's validation. And then from there, once you make 10K onwards, around 20K, I would say it's healthy. Once you make 20K onwards, then it's scalability. So then you will benefit from having something more complex. Here, you don't need a full complex funnel system. All you need is a portfolio, maybe a VSL, okay? And that's it. Portfolio, VSL, and book calls. That's all you need. You don't need nothing else, nothing too complicated. And if your clients say, oh, why you used to go at funnels while you don't have a funnel of your own? You don't need to. You are a funnelpreneur, solopreneur. You don't have a big team. You don't have closers. You don't want to scale to $1 million a year. So you are just making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, and you are good. You're comfortable with that. So you want to maintain a healthy 3 to 5 clients, and for that, you don't need a complicated system. So you build a simple business, a peaceful business. All right? Now, the next mistake most people do is now here they try to see for things that fulfill their weaknesses. Okay, so this is where things get super messy. This is where the mindset starts to become absolutely terrible. They look for easy fixes. I'm going to give you some examples. Easy fixes like, how can I use AI to do everything for me? How can I use AI to find leads? How can I not do sales calls? How can I sell high ticket through DMs? How can I scale? How can I outsource? How can I whatever? Like all those. I mean, for example, like I need an onboarding process, a complicated CRM process. I need to do a proposal thing, a very fancy proposal stuff. I need to, all these different things. You don't need none of that stuff to make it happen. This is where your mindset gets completely screwed up, and it becomes worse and worse and worse if you don't fix this fast enough. If you don't fix this, it becomes worse and worse and worse, and things become much, much harder to fix. I've had students that have been, their mindset was completely screwed up, and it took them longer to fix their mindset because it was just too ingrained in their mindset, in the way that they thought, in their critical thinking. They needed a lot more time to fix that, right? So the sooner you fix this, the better. This is why people invest in high ticket coaching. This is why people invest in information, because the faster you go, the more chance you have to get your goal, sooner, right? So don't hire VAs, don't hire agencies, don't try to go for the easy fixes. Getting to 10K is simply this process. You need to have one lead gen process, and I recommend doing organic. Organic means content, organic means DMs, organic means calls. This is absolutely fundamental. You need to be doing this. Okay, content, because that scales really well, builds credibility, builds a personal brand, makes it easy for you to sell. DMs, because you need to learn how to communicate. If you learn how to communicate, you're going to be able to share value. That value is going to turn into curiosity. Curiosity is going to turn into interest. Interest is going to turn to calls. Calls is going to turn to money. Then you need calls. Okay? Why? Because calls are going to allow you to train objection handling. Calls are going to allow you to understand and test a lot of different ways to communicate your value, to guide people's calls, to persuade people, right? You need to be able to do calls so that you practice over and over and over. If you don't practice, you are never going to get out of where you are right now. Your current skill sets got you to where you are. If you don't improve your current skill sets, you are never going to get out of where you are right now. Okay? If I have a car and the car's equipment allow me to go to 100 miles an hour, that's it. If I don't fix the car, if I don't improve the car, I'm not going to be able to go faster. I'm not going to be able to go to 200 miles an hour. Okay? No matter what I do. The car only reaches 100 miles an hour with the equipment that it has. It needs better equipment to get further. So that's essentially what it is. Okay? Now, going back here, you want to make sure that you understand what's your skill set, find a specific niche, find a specific funnel, and then train this. This is what you want to do. This is what you be obsessed about. Forget about everything else. Don't change your business model. Don't add courses. Don't add none of that stuff. 2.5K offer. And you need to find a lot of people to get on the calls so that you can train to sell value and then sell for 2.5K so that you can deliver, get some case studies out of it, and then you go to the next stage. The next stage, I'm not going to go into much detail here because it defeats the purpose of this video. But stage ABCDE, so here is about team. Okay, it's not anything else. It's a team. You are still on top of your lead generation, but you have a team. This is where you make 10 to 25K. You want to make sure that you have someone that builds the funnels for you, that takes care of the deliverability for you while you do everything else, while you do the DMs, while you do the calls, while you do the content, while you attract leads and close them and guide them on the strategy and all that stuff. You need to find someone that you can hire so that you can have them in-house full-time. You pay them like $3,000 a month or $4,000 a month to build them 3-4 funnels full, in-house full time. Okay, so this is what you want to do. And once you have that, then you're going to go for the next phase, which is scaling from 25 to 100K, which requires you a lot more stuff, but I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, I've been able to successfully scale to this level. I've done every single thing. I've proven every single thing from 0 to 25K. I've done it myself alone, both in my done for you offers, funnel building, and also my coaching industry. I've done that as well. So this is absolutely what you want to be doing if you want to get unstuck. It's hard, it requires effort, it requires consistency, it requires discipline, and you need to become very good at communication and pattern recognition. This is the only way you're going to get out of that rabbit hole of building funnels that people don't value, they pay you $100 or $500 for, that you don't even get consistent clients, that nobody refers you, that you feel unfulfilled. I've been there. I've been super unfulfilled. I was always second guessing my work. And these days, thank God, I am able to confidently mention that, yes, I've built this funnel. This funnel is good. I like this funnel and I can help you make money with that. So this is the first video of the series. I'm going to come up with a lot more videos in terms of around this and other topics as well. If this is something that interests you, let me know. Share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me. And I'll be sending these a lot more frequently. Talk to you soon.